Good evening, everyone. I just want to jump on here, get a quick message out to you. I know it's been a while since I've gotten one of these out to you. There's just a couple things I wanted to go over with everybody while we have this transition from the winter sports into spring sports. So I wanted to get this out during this transition. So I know this week is the first week of spring sports starting up. I know we still have basketball going on. But I wanted to get this out to you when we're in the middle of this transition, just so I can be on the same page with everyone. And this message is going to go out to both the players and the parents. So throughout this message, I'll be talking to both of you, and it's one message for everybody that I think everybody needs to hear. So spring sports starting up. So the same message that I give going into winter sports. This program, this school, what we do here, we believe in multiple sport athletes. I never want to do anything that I have to force an athlete to choose a sport. And I never want to put anybody in that situation. So I'm always willing to work around anything and everything that we have to work around to make sure each athlete in the school has the ability and the option to play football along with whatever other sports they want to play. It's really important to me. It's something that I do with my kids. It's something that I did when I went to school here and played 3 sports all 4 years. It's something that I believe in. I think it makes us better competitors, better athletes, and at the end of the day, it's going to help us grow in life and learn different life lessons in each sport. So I think it's truly important for all of our athletes to be able to do that. So with that being said, transitioning into spring, if you're not playing baseball or playing a spring sport right now, you really need to consider running track. It's a great opportunity. If you want to play college football, all the coaches want to know your track times. So they want to know and they want to see you competing in all seasons, but they do want to know your track times. So they're looking at 100 time. They're looking at those things. What's he run the 200 in? And because that does tell them a lot. And so if you're somebody that wants to play college football, I think you need to be running track if you're not doing anything in the spring already. So I'm pushing everybody to do it, especially young guys. Get out there and see what you like. And it's always, as a coach, I want to see all my guys competing year round. I want them competing in the winter. I want them competing in the spring, and I want to see that. Because at the end of the day, we want competitors on this football field, and I want to see young men out there competing year round. So that's my push to get you guys to sign up for track if you haven't done so already. I want to give you guys an update all on how we're doing here in the weight room from this winter. It's been a good winter. The guys that are here consistently are working their tails off, and so it's been good and bad in the same sense. We've got consistently, there's a consistent group of about 55 to 60 kids that are here every single day. Now there's more here than that daily, but there's about 15 to 20 kids that are very inconsistent. Okay, probably 25 kids that are very inconsistent, but there's around 60 that are consistently here every single day working their tails off, and it is showing. Okay, the guys that are consistently here, you're starting to see them look different. You're starting to see them lift different. You're starting to see them move different. The guys that are inconsistent, you're not seeing that growth. And it is going to translate on Friday nights. And then there's some guys that haven't even been here. So, and those guys, you're not seeing much growth at all. So I think it's important that I get this message out to you, and I'm going to be direct, but I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to communicate what I'm seeing and then my expectation as well and why we do this. So naturally, moving into the spring, I want to see that group become a lot more consistent. So the guys that have been consistent all winter, those guys continue doing what they're doing. And now the guys that have had struggles with being consistent, showing up, okay, being in the weight room, I want to see that group be more consistent in coming into the spring, because summer's going to be here before you know it. We're going to be on that football field, and the things that are done in this weight room are going to show up on the football field. And at the end of the day, the guys that are more consistent are probably going to be playing on Friday nights and earning those starting spots. So I'm here to push all of you guys to become more consistent with what you're doing, okay? And the communication, okay, why do we do this? All right, it's 3 days a week at 6 a.m., okay? And yes, it's tough. It's not easy, okay? Waking up at 5 a.m. is not easy. Waking up at 5 a.m., going to workouts, and then going to school, okay? And then going to your sport, and then doing your homework. It's not easy, okay? But with that being said, it's not supposed to be easy, all right? And we're at a place at St. Pius where we're going to push you. We're going to push you to be the best version of you. And if you're looking for easy, then this is probably not the environment that you should be in, especially on this football team, because we're not about easy. All right, we're about doing the difficult things. And so one reason why we're lifting at 6 a.m. while everybody else is sleeping is because it's difficult, right? It separates us from everybody else. And that is really, really important to me, okay? And it's important that we learn how to do difficult things because life is not easy. Life's about difficult. Life's about learning how to achieve in the difficult times and difficult situations. And so my concern with these young men is not winning state championships. It's about creating young men that are set up for success in life, okay? Giving them the tools they need to be successful in life. And waking up early, doing the difficult things, that's part of what it takes. And so that's one reason why I love working out as a team at 6 a.m. when it's dark out, when other teams are sleeping. I love it, okay? And a lot of these guys, the 60 that are here every day, are growing to love it as well, okay? And it's not easy, but it's not supposed to be, okay? And nobody ever said that going to St. Pius, playing football at St. Pius was going to be easy. Nobody ever said that going out and beating Rockhurst is going to be easy. Nobody ever said that going out and winning a Class 5 state championship is going to be easy. So we've got to learn how to live in the uncomfortable part of that. And we've got to learn how to do these difficult things. So we're going to continue to wake up at 6 a.m. and train, okay, and do those things. And a lot of our guys are doing an awesome job with it. You know, having, 60 guys that are very consistent with it, that's awesome, okay? And I just want to see that number grow. And I want to get this message out to you so the parents also understand what the expectation is. The expectation is to be here. And, because if we're not doing this as a team, then the reality of us having success as a team is going to be unlikely. So I want to get that message out to you. I also like working out at 6 a.m. because it allows all these young men to play other sports, okay? And with that said, you're going to all see out there, most other schools during this time of year are doing spring football, okay? And they're doing that because they're forcing their kids to play a sport. Like, I'm never going to put your son, I'm never going to put you in that situation where you have to choose football over another sport, okay? And that is why we do not do spring ball, okay? We're not doing spring ball because if we do it, and if you go by the rules, you're not allowed to do spring ball and play a sport. So, and if I said, hey, we're doing spring ball, I know we'd have a lot of guys stop playing some of the other spring sports, and I'm not going to do that. We have plenty of time in the summer to work as a football team and get all the X's and O's in that we need to get in. So I'm never going to do that. So, but working out at 6 a.m. is a different beast. Working out at 6 a.m. is going to help you in every sport that you play, okay? I don't care if it's basketball. I don't care if it's baseball. I don't care what the sport is. Working out is going to help you. Working out in season is going to help you. We, as a football team, we work out during football season. So just because you're playing basketball doesn't mean you shouldn't be working out. It's actually the opposite. You should. Now, do we have to be smart with that? Yes, and we are. So what we do with in-sport athletes, if you're a varsity player, okay, and you have a big game, or if you have a game coming up, and let's say we're basketball with those guys and wrestlers, which we're here almost every single day and didn't miss. The wrestlers, not the basketball players, but the wrestlers were here every single day and didn't miss, and we worked with them, okay? And it was, hey, if you have a match tomorrow, or if you have a match today, it's you half reps, half weight, half sets. So you are doing half of everything. And basically, you're just up here getting the blood flowing, and it becomes a form of recovery. So if you've got a baseball game this spring and you're worried about, hey, coach, I'm catching, I'm pitching, I'm doing this, and you do all they have to do, all you have to do is come up to me and communicate and say, hey, coach, I got a game today. And I'm going to say, okay, hey, Liam, you're pitching tomorrow. Guess what? Hey, you know what? We're not even doing half reps. You're going to come up here. We're going to stretch. We're going to move around, get your blood flowing. Hey, so-and-so, you got a game today. Okay, you're doing half reps, half weight, half sets. We're just going to get the blood flowing, and it's going to become a recovery time for you. So we do work around everybody. So I don't want you as parents thinking that when they come in here and they have a baseball game that day, that I'm going to put them through a killer leg workout. No, that's not the case. And we always work around those guys. And I always say varsity, right? So if you're a freshman and you have a freshman baseball game, the reality is this. I believe now if you need to, and if you have to, you're trying to make varsity, that's a different case. But if you're just playing freshman ball, I think you should be training, because your training as a freshman right now is more important in your development than anything that you're doing. It's so important as freshmen to be in here and training. And so that's why I wanted to get this message out to you, because right now we have a lot of the younger guys that are not being consistent. Okay, the older guys are here. They're every day. They're here pushing each other, and that consistency is there. But the younger guys, and it's even more important for the younger guys to be in here, because this is when the foundation is being built. Okay, and we need to be building on a foundation right now. So I wanted to get this message out to you so that was clear. My level of expectation and what I expect from everybody. And I don't want it to come across rude, because I appreciate each and every single one of you as players. I appreciate each and every single one of you as parents. But I'm also, my job is to hold a standard here, okay? And right now, I'm going to be frank with all of you. The standard is not being met, okay? And what I refuse to do, and I will never do, is lower the standard, okay, so that some of you feel more comfortable. That's not going to happen. So you have an option. The option is to raise up to the standard, okay, or you could pack it in, okay? Like those are your options. And I know the guys on this team, and I know who we have here, and I know the choice you're going to make. So with all that being said, keep working, keep pushing, okay? Be consistent. Show up here, be consistent every day, and good things are going to happen, okay? Those December games aren't won in December, okay? The games in December are won today. They're won tomorrow, in the weight room, in the off season, okay? That's when we win those games. So, and there's nothing truer than that. And those of you that have won championships know that. Congratulations to all of our wrestlers who did a great job. Wrestling team took third in state. We had multiple football players that were state qualifiers and placed at state. So proud of those guys. They've worked their tails off, and congratulations to Coach Gross too, on a great year. So happy for those guys, and good luck to all of our basketball players in districts that start tonight. So excited for those guys. Go out and root those guys on, and hopefully they bring home a victory here and keep playing. So if you guys have any questions, if anybody has any concerns, parents, if you have concerns, reach out, call me, text me, email me. Players, if you have an issue, a concern that you need to communicate, just shoot me a message on Huddle, and I'll get back with you. Appreciate you guys, and go Warriors.